In this video we're going to be speaking about how to tune into your inner guidance in order to make better decisions and to experience less stress in your life. My name's Rachel and you can find me at feelingishealing.co.uk, where I support people who are looking to break dysfunctional patterns in relationships in order to experience healthier and more fulfilling lives. So on to today's topic. I've come up with a big long list of how this could be incorporated, of different examples of when this might occur in your life. So I'd love to hear from you as well to hear your own experiences, so feel free to write in the comments below. So in terms of inner guidance, what you might have been feeling like is that your emotions are somehow controlling you, or you might feel that your emotions are somehow working against you or not serving you. And actually what I want to explore in this video is how possibly negative emotions such as anger, irritation, annoyance, frustration, feeling of unease, fear, anxiety, and this feeling like, oh, I'm not sure, uncertainty, are actually there to serve you rather than something that you might have been trying to sort of get rid of these feelings, or you might have been judging yourself for having them, when actually what I'd like to explore is the potential that these emotions could be there to serve you and to help you make good and empowered decisions in your life that could serve you better. So yeah, you might start noticing patterns when you start paying attention to how you're feeling, when you're thinking about making different decisions. As you do this more and more, you'll start to notice patterns. So I've got quite a few examples here, so I'll go through them quite quickly. So the first example could be that you're wondering whether to contact someone. So perhaps there's someone you've kind of been in contact with and you're thinking, shall I, send this text message to them? And there's this kind of feeling of, not sure if I should. I kind of feel like I want to, and also I'm not really sure whether it's really a good idea. Maybe I should just, keep that in the past, or something like that. And you might decide to, and you might end up sending this message, or you might not. And you might send it and then immediately feel like, oh, I don't think that was a good idea. Or you might not send it and think, yeah, I'm glad I didn't. Or you might not send it and then the next day and the next day be thinking, actually, I'm feeling like I should send it. So that would be the first example. So what I would encourage you to do is to keep a journal. So you could do this at night when you're just going off to sleep, or you could do it when you're doing some kind of chore like the washing up, or when you're just sitting on public transport, like sitting on the train, or just whenever you've got a bit of moment to think for yourself. Just reflect over the day, or the previous day, and notice how you are feeling, and then think about the outcome, what you decided to do and how that turned out, and then you can match that to how you were feeling and what the possible outcome was. So I'll give you a second example now. So say for example you were wondering whether to purchase a certain item, and let's say for example you were feeling a bit like in your heart was kind of feeling a bit, I could describe it as like a gratey feeling, like something wasn't sort of flowing well, and you decided not to make that purchase, and then the next day or something you realise actually it wouldn't have been a good idea to purchase that. So you didn't know cognitively at the time that the decision wasn't going to be good, but you kind of had a feeling that the purchase wasn't going to work out. So it might be that you had this kind of grating feeling and you didn't purchase the item, and then 2 days later you found a discount so that you could get the item for half price. So you realise actually that feeling of blocking you purchasing that item was actually serving you. So you can sort of then marry that up and think, aha, you know, next time I get that feeling when I'm going to purchase something, I actually know that it's probably not going to be a good idea for me to purchase that item. So that would be a second example. So the steps you could take are, when you're feeling uncertain, is to note, where is this feeling in my body? So is it in my heart? Is it in my stomach? Is it in my gut, in my intestines? Is it in my throat? Is it everywhere? And then also think, if it had a colour, what would it be? If it had a shape, what would it be? And then think, if this shape and this colour and this feeling was trying to say something to you, what would it be saying? Would it be saying, wait a while? Would it be saying, go for it? Would it be saying, I'm not sure about this? Would it be saying, forget this, this is going to turn out badly? Just without thinking too much, just note down, and it would help if you note it down as well, just what was the first thing that comes to mind. And then also, often things are held in the heart, so does your heart feel like open and expansive when you think about making? So say you think, yes, someone's offered me a new opportunity, perhaps a work opportunity, and say you're thinking about saying yes, and then how does your heart feel? Is it open and expanded, or is it just kind of feel contracted and stuck? And that would be a good indication of whether saying yes to this opportunity would be a good idea or not. So you want, when you're making a decision, for your heart to be open and expanded. So I've got a whole massive list of examples here, and I'm realising this video is already 7.5 minutes. So I think you get the idea. As you go through this process, you learn to trust yourself more and more, and things get easier and easier. And I'll give you a final example before I end this video, because I think this is another one that happens quite frequently, is that I'll be asked to do something, and on the face of it, it sounds like good, like positive thing to do, but for somehow I'll be feeling really irritable. And what I used to do was beat myself up for feeling irritable, tell myself there was something wrong with me, think, oh no, not this irritability again. But actually, as time went on, I noticed that this thing wasn't as good as I was being told it was, and there were all these caveats. And I realised that my irritability was telling me, don't go there, you know, this is not going to be a positive experience. So as you can see, like, these emotions, which if you're not paying attention to them or don't really know what they mean, they could be seen as negative, but once you start tuning in and looking back and thinking, I had that emotion at this time, and how did that then turn out, you can start to learn to really trust yourself more. And so it becomes easier and easier to make decisions, because I think, especially if you've been in a bad relationship, you've been probably been conditioned to not trust yourself and not to really trust your own feelings. So that this really helps you to get back in touch with your feelings and get in touch with your inner wisdom and your body, so that everything, you can be less fearful of making your own decisions, and everything flows more easily. So I hope you found the video helpful. I'd love to hear of any sort of similar experience if you've had, where you had this sort of inner knowing about something, and perhaps you listened to it or perhaps you didn't, and what happened as a result of that. If you found the video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to hear future videos again soon.